Hello, my gorgeous loves. Happy Friday. How the bloody hell are ya? I had a bit of a realisation, a bit of an epiphany that I know somebody needs to know. I know somebody needs to hear. I know somebody needs to understand. And I think it might be you. So I thought I'd come on live and share it with you. So what I've noticed is a kind of cyclical thing happening and something happening around the number 3. 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. It's a 3 thing. In particular, I'm noticing a 3-year cycle. Now, what is jumping out to me that is really difficult for people to kind of to roll with, to like sit with, is this idea of the void. You've heard it before from me. The void is the space in between you putting it out there, the thing that you want, the thing that you're selling, the thing that you're offering, the thing that you're creating, and something actually happening, somebody taking you up on it, the conversation, whatever it might be. The void is the place in between where you are now and where you want to be. And what I have noticed happen is the void for so many people becomes the fucking abyss. Like the absolute abyss. It's the place that they cannot be. It's the place where they are feeling at their most vulnerable. It's the place where they're just like, is it working? I don't want to be here. Checking their phone all of the time, you know, basically questioning everything that they're doing. And they're just like, I can't be in this place. I can't exist in this place. It's fucking awful. If that sounds like you, like, let me know in the comments. Let me just say hello to a few people who is here today. Hello, my darling. Hi, Amy. How are you doing, Sam? Hi. So, the void is unavoidable. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as somebody that is literally out there changing the world with the services that you bring, you can't avoid it. It is impossible to get away without spending some time in the void, but it's the hardest place to be. And I want to explain why it's so hard. One of the big reasons it's so hard is that the people that go into entrepreneurship, I find, and definitely my people, are often people that are super fucking driven. They are the kind of people that like grab things, run with it, make it happen, like smash through projects, and they're used to almost like being massive overachievers. They're massive overachievers. And when you're an overachiever, you're often a really fucking busy person as well. You're really busy, everything's happening, popping off, blah, 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 it's all going off. And so when we move into this space in entrepreneurship of the void, it just feels like this gaping chasm. It's like, how do I exist in this place where it feels like nothing's happening? But I want to tell you something about a void. In the universal laws of the universe hates a void. It despises, it detests, it cannot stand, it will not put up with a void. So when you step into the void, this gap in between the place that you are and the place that you want to be, the universe will always put something in its place. But what happens is you're in it, swirling around, thinking, is it working? You know, what does this mean about me? Am I shit? Blah, 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 blah. And that is the head fuck. And the reason is 2 parts. Overachievers and busy people they just cannot deal with it when it's kind of like tumbleweed, you know, quiet. They actually cannot cope with that. That is almost as fucking dysregulating as, you know, carnage and chaos is to other people. They're like, this just feels unsafe and I don't want to be here. But the other thing is every single one of us, all of us, every single one of us, we are absolutely instant gratification, like lunatics. You know, it is what we want as humans. We want everything now, everything yesterday. Can't wait for it. Why do you think that fucking Amazon Prime, like, it's no coincidence that Jeffrey Bezos is you know, floating around outside my Airbnb when we were in Taormina in Sicily in a £500 million super yacht, because everyone wants everything yesterday. Now, instant. You know, when I lived in Dubai, I shit you not, I could be making a cup of tea, boil the kettle, pop the tea bag in the, like, I don't do teapots, pop the tea bag into the cup and realise, shit the bed, we don't have any digestive biscuits. I could literally pick up my phone, go onto an app called Talabat. Anybody who's lived in the UAE, everyone knows Talabat. It's absolutely fucking legendary. Go onto an app called Talabat, put in, get me some digestive biscuits. This is my address. I could dip those biscuits in the same cup of tea and it is still red hot by the time those guys landed on my door. Instant gratification is what we want as human beings. It's what we want. And it's why in the entrepreneurial game, it is so hard to be in the void, because we want to know it's working. We want the results now. We want everything Amazon Prime style. So what I have noticed, and not going to lie, this has literally come to me walking through the forest, listening, not, well, I wasn't listening to Mariah Carey, but I was actually singing it in my mind. My current theme tune, if you've been under a rock, you know, you might have missed this, but is Make It Happen, Mariah Carey. And she starts off with the words, "Not more than 3 short years ago, I was abandoned and alone without a penny to my name." And I was like, hard relate to this. 3 years ago, I wasn't abandoned and alone without a penny to my name. But I have actually fucking been there, and I'm going to tell you about that in a second. But my last 3-year cycle, this is what I noticed. My last 3-year cycle was a cycle in my business. Not more than 3 short years ago, I was pivoting and restructuring my business from being a doula who had been practicing for, at that point, over 10 years, always busy, always booked out, like fully booked from literally day one, from literally the first month I did births. I did 3 births in my first month. That was when I lived in the UK. And I never stopped. I was busy, booked out, and in demand. But I pivoted 3 years ago from a doula, who was also by this time a doula mentor, a doula training facilitator, and I decided I am going all in on my coaching business. I want to coach doulas. I want to not mentor, not just mentor them, not just be a doula for a doula. I want to coach them. I want to show them how to build a successful, sustainable, profitable business. That's what I'm here to do. Big impact, big income. And so I started to move what had been like a bit of a fucking cruise liner going for 10 years in one direction, and I needed to pivot. But there was no fucking pivoting on this cruise liner. Like, we needed to slowly turn this thing round because it had been going in that same direction for a long time and doing really fucking well, like really well. Most people, like in like the doula world, they would be over the moon if they thought that they were earning 40 grand a year. That's where I'd got to. So I needed to move things 3 years ago. 3 years later, I have a 6-figure coaching business, coaching midwives, doulas, hypnobirthing teachers, parent coaches, like creatives, people that are outside of the birth world. People that are out there having a massive impact but would like a massive income. But it was a 3-year steering the ship in a different direction. But no fucker's willing to wait for it. Nobody is willing to wait for it. They want to pick up this. They want to pick this up. They want to get on fucking Talabat. And they want to order it quicker than a fucking cup of tea. And it doesn't work like that. And this is why you will never see in my marketing me talking about things like instant results, you will feel instantly different for sure. You will have instant answers and so on in my office, but I don't want to go down that route. There are instant benefits, but like long haul vibes is what will get you through the void. And it is what will stop the void from turning into an abyss. Because what the void is space. It is space as things rearrange. Like, this is the way I view this. When we move into the void, we are in a space where things are rearranging. We've got to wait for the universe to drop them into place. We're taking action. We're doing all the things. We are making sure that the universe, our clients, our business, our colleagues, everybody, the people around us know that's where we're going. But things need to rearrange. And if we are rearranging like things that are super complex, complicated, or have been chugging down a direction for a long time, that shit takes time. To move my fucking cruise liner of a sensational, like outstanding doula practice, doula mentoring practice, and doula training, facilitating, not practice because I was doing it for nurturing birth, but you know what I mean? It was part of my overall business structure. To rearrange that, to redirect that, it's going to take time. It's taken 3 years. Now, have you got the skills to sit in the void on and off in different guises for 3 fucking years? Because what I also noticed when I was thinking about this morning, there have been 3-year cycles all over my life and business. All over it. 3-year cycles. It's 3 years since I stopped drinking. When I stopped smoking, which was like 20 odd years ago, I remember I had to get to 3 days. And when I got to 3 days, it was like, okay, I've got 3 days under my belt. And then I've got to get to 3 weeks, and I've got 3 weeks under my belt. And then I've got to 3 months, and I've got 3 months under my belt. And everything just compounded and compounded and compounded. And then I was like, I'm doing it. From getting married to getting divorced to my first husband, I like wedding cake. I've been here twice. But seriously, from getting married the first time when I was 19 years old, I got married at 19. This is why no one can believe that I've got a almost 30-year-old child that's getting married this year in Verona. # Romeo and Juliet. But like, there was a 3-year cycle there. 3 years from getting married to ending up divorced. There was 3 years from leaving that marriage with nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean absolutely nothing. Literally nothing. Signed the house over. I didn't have a job. I had to go down the benefits place and say, I'm homeless, I need money, I need support, help me. I had nothing. 3 years later, I had my own house that I bought on my own car, and my job was going well. I was being flown up and down the world, all the rest of it. It was another 3-year cycle. But I had to get in the fucking void, people. I had to get in the void and believe that is where I'm going. That is where I'm headed. And act in accordance and alignment with that. But people want it on fucking Talabat. People want Amazon Prime results. And you need to remember this the next time you're looking at someone's marketing. Just start watching for people marketing to your Amazon Prime fucking brain. Instant results. There will be instant shifts, but the real results, the real value is in the long-term result, the long-term shifts, who you get to be on the other side and what your business gets to be on the other side of whatever the thing is. But what we see, and I'm going to speak to the things that I see in my industry and in my niche, is absolute fucking scam artists selling bullshit programs on how to teach hypnobirthing. And it's all, look at the marketing now. It's all about the instant results. You can do this with a low investment. You can get a quick return on it. And the people that are pissing and moaning are the people that don't have their return on investment in 3 months. Bitch, please, it's 3 years. These cycles are in 3 fucking years. I spent 3 years in a toxic relationship. It was 3 years from going from going to Mexico because, anyway, that's a whole other story. A tarot card reader told me to go to Mexico, basically, and I went because she said it was going to change my life. The actual life-changing results of what happened in Mexico took 3 years. It took 3 years. So, what I wanted to say today is the way to hold the void is to not make it mean anything about you. To know that because you are probably an overachiever, because you are probably that is like driven and wants results. If you're listening to this, if you are my people, this is what you want. You are probably an overachiever. You are somebody with big dreams. You are somebody who knows you've got something fucking amazing to put out there in the world, and you know you are here for more. You know it. But that shit takes time. It takes time. And you have to be so committed to being in that void time and time and time again. I am in the void on the regs, people. It's not just been the 3 years of turning the cruise ship round and getting it going in the direction that I want, from doula and mentor and facilitator to six-figure coach. It's taken time, and I have been in and out of that fucking void more times than I care to recall. And the way that I held it was by not making it mean anything about me, was by moving without proof, was by continuing to make sure that the void was not an abyss and allowing the universe to fill it, because the universe will always fill the void. It will fill it with ideas, money, clients, inspiration, connections. It will fill it. But you need to stay open to that and not fill it with your stories of what it means to be in there. Like, that's what you need to do. You do need to get comfy getting in the void, darling. Like, listen, I am a solid 3 years in the void of this iteration of my business. It's coming. It's coming down the tracks continually. So if you're an overachiever, if you're somebody who's got a big vision, if you are someone who is smashing it out there, you need to know that the void is going to feel potentially destabilizing, uncomfortable, and like somewhere you want to get out of. My advice to you is lean into it. Lean into it. Like, open yourself up to the possibility that inside the void is the magic, the inspiration, the connections, the ideas, the offers, the money, the clients, whatever it is. So, three, can't even fucking count. I've only had 2 coffees. 3-year cycles. And the cycles often overlap and become cycles in cycles in cycles in cycles. Where are you in your 3-year cycle? Can you notice cycles in your life and your business? Because it just came to me. I was like, it was 3 years from Mexico, going to Mexico to literally setting eyes on Keith. I went to Mexico a different person. I came back and it took 3 years through that void. And then I got the thing that I was told about in Mexico. The person that would be the one where I'd never ever need to settle for second best ever again. So, long haul vibes, baby. That's what we're all about over here. Notice when you are being marketed to solely through the lens of your Amazon Prime addiction, solely through get it now, make it come tomorrow, instant gratification vibes. Lean into your long haul vibes. And if you are in for the long haul, if you want to make this happen, make it happen. Not more than 3 short years ago. Maybe we should flip that on its head. In 3 short years, where the fuck could you be? Where could you be? Because I know 3 years ago, I was in a totally different place. I had shoes and I had food. But there was a time when I didn't. And 3 years later, I had a house and a car. And I was enrolling my daughter in a private school. 3 years in and out of the void, and everything can change. So if you believe in yourself and you know what you want, then you're going to make it happen. And that's what's going to be happening inside of the 6%. So the 6% is my membership for people who want big impact and big income. We have got 4, not 3, but I bet by the end of today it's 3. 4 spaces left in level 2, and the doors will be closing for 2 months. I am not doing any more one-to-one until next year at the very earliest. And if this evolves in the way that I'd like to, it may be that I'm taking literally less than you can count on one hand in one-to-one clients. And these are the people who I have coached to multiple 6-figure success, to 6-figure success, to their first 2K, to their first 5K. And inside of the 6%, I am saying that it's going to be a bare minimum of people hitting 5K months. It's going to be a bare minimum of people going the course. There are going to be pivots. There are going to be turns. People are going to be creating their offers in there. There is going to be so much going on, and I want you inside that space. So if you've been thinking about it, the offer that is out there as this goes live is finishing on Sunday. If you want it, get in touch. Level 2, I fully anticipate the doors will close early. They're closing on the 30th of April. I think they'll be closed before. And I'd love you in there. All right, my beautiful loves. Have an amazing day. 10K months in 3 years. Absolutely no problem. No problem at all. It is all doable. But what will be the difference between it happening and it not happening is a lot in here. A lot in here. A lot about the void. But also, don't get it twisted. You need to do the fucking things as well. You cannot just do a money meditation and it will all drop out of the sky. You cannot manifest like, oh, and that's 10K months. It don't work like that. I can tell you from personal experience and watching people just fucking waste their time on that shit. So there you go. All right, my loves. I love you. I appreciate you. If you got to the end of this live, give me a love, give me a heart, give me a hi, give me all the things. And I will see you in all the usual places. Links in bios. Hit me up in the DMs if you want to get inside of the 6% before we officially close the doors. And I will see you in all the usual places. Have an amazing weekend. Bye. See ya. Bye, everybody. Ciao, ciao, ciao. See ya. I want to read all these comments now before they go. Where are all the comments? Oh, love ya. Francis, nailed on. Francis has just said 6-figure year. Nailed on. We are doing it in the 6%. We are doing it. Right, I am going this time. Love ya. Ciao.